It's Abe Kanan Show. It's 98 Rock, and I'm rarely this excited because today I get to talk to one of my heroes. He's not doing many shows. March 22nd, he will be at the venue, Thunder Valley. It's the lineup is crazy, but welcome to the show, Glenn Danzig. Glenn, thank you so much for calling in.
Oh, man, my pleasure.
Man, I'm a massive fan of yours, so I'm so excited. I've seen you, ever since I was old enough to see you, pretty much every tour that you've come around.
Oh,
This is such a rare show that you're doing. You've put together such an awesome lineup. You have Down, you have Abbott, you have Cro-Mags. What a show you've put together, Glenn, for the venue at Thunder Valley.
Yeah, well, I always like to take out, a good lineup. I think, people work hard for their money and they deserve a good show, and I always try to do that. I always try to bring out, great bands.
You said you don't want to do big tours anymore, correct?
Yeah, no, and kind of how this all started was we haven't gone up to the Pacific Northwest in quite a while. I think like Seattle and Portland since 2018, and I don't really tour much anymore. I'll just do sporadic shows here or there, and so people were complaining, and I said, okay, we'll do this, and then eventually we added Vegas and we added Lincoln, which is I guess the Sacramento area.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's the one we're doing here.
Yeah, and then we had to make up a Phoenix show, so we added an LA show, and there you go, like 6 shows. It's not a tour. I mean, I guess you can call it a small tour, but it's not really. Back in the day, I used to tour for 2, 3, 4 months at a time, playing every city from here to Berlin.
The last time I saw you was the 35th anniversary tour of Danzig 1 at the Aragon Ballroom in Chicago. And
oh, that was a great show.
Dude, like I said, I've seen you every tour since I was old enough to go to concerts, and you sound as, I don't understand this. You're turning 70 very soon. You sound as good or better than ever. I don't know how and you're one of the guys that always says, I will never, ever not sing live. This was the best I've heard you sound in a very long time. I don't know what you're doing, but you sound amazing.
Well, thanks. Staying healthy. Taking care of my throat and my life, really. But yeah, the whole like people going on stage now and not really singing or playing, that's like offensive to me.
Yeah.
It should be offensive to the people paying, because really you're watching a puppet show. You're watching people pretend to play and they're not really playing or singing. And I remember when Milli Vanilli got drummed out of the music industry for doing it. And now all these bands, not just like, pop acts, but metal bands too, they're not really playing. They're not playing their instruments. So it's offensive to me. I don't go to see those bands, but if I did and paid, money to go see these bands and they were on there pretending to play and weren't really playing, I'd be pissed off. I'd want my money back. Yeah,
in a Danzig show, you get your money's worth. And like I said, man, you sound great, and I don't know how you do it. I flew out to Denver for the Misfits reunion at Riot Fest. And
oh, that was a good show, too.
Oh, my God. That was the last time that I got all the way to the front. Some dude dropped on my head. He almost broke my neck. But it was worth it, because it was such an amazing show. How does it feel, Glenn? You're still doing Danzig shows, but then you're also doing these Misfits shows. You guys are headlining Coachella this year. How great is it now that you're able to do both? Because it seemed like for a long time that was never going to happen.
It worked out that way for a reason, I guess. Everything happens for a reason. That's how I think. And so, when it's meant to happen, it happens. And so, it ended up happening, and people should enjoy it while we're still doing it, because I've always said, when I can't do it anymore, I won't go on there and do it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to go up there and pretend to play and have tapes or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm not going to do that. So if it ever becomes that where physically or vocally I can't do it, I won't do it. So people should go check it out now.
Yeah.
Because you never know what's going to happen. The world could end tomorrow. It's a crazy world right now.
Is it harder to do it? Like, I feel like Danzig songs might be harder to sing, but the Misfits shows, I feel like maybe take more energy. Is that a fair statement?
But Danzig songs have a greater vocal range than the Misfits songs. So, yeah, the Danzig songs are more difficult to sing. That's for sure.
Do you ever see a new Misfits album coming out or a new song?
Maybe a song, not an album.
How about a new Danzig album? Is that in the works?
No.
Oh, so you're just...
No, look, people now just want to download your stuff for free, and, they don't understand that it costs money to go in a studio and record a record, so it's not really a great business model to go and record a record and then not be able to recoup your money that you spent making the record.
Yeah.
So, with the Danzig, it might be like the Misfits. Maybe I'll record a song or two and just release it, and it won't cost that much.
It's kind of like how Elvis used to put out singles. I mean, you did that whole Elvis album, which was awesome. Maybe you guys could just do that. One song from Danzig and one from the Misfits.
Yeah, well, I mean, in the beginning, the Misfits only released singles. We couldn't afford to put out an album.
Yeah.
But a lot of the punk bands, that's how it was. You couldn't afford to do an album, especially if you were underground, you weren't on a big label. You could only afford to do a single. So maybe I'll do that. For Danzig, and maybe we'll do it for the Misfits. We'll see.
What could fans expect from this set on March 22nd at the venue at Thunder Valley Casino?
God, I mean, we're putting the set together right now, but a bunch of stuff from Danzig 1, of course, stuff from Danzig 2, Danzig 3.
Oh, nice.
Might throw a song from Danzig 4 in there, and maybe stuff like Hammer of the Gods and some other stuff. I think we're going to do Black Hell this time.
Nice.
I just put out the 45, which is, I wrote that song for The Hangover, too.
Yeah.
The movie, yeah. Todd asked me to write the intro song, which was, an honor. So the single just came out a little while ago, so maybe we'll do that.
And you're in The Hangover 1 also.
Yeah, we're in Hangover 3 also.
Oh, that's right.
He put Mother in there.
Yeah, that's right. That's awesome. Hey, would you ever consider doing Dominion from Danzig 4?
I don't know.
That's a great song.
Yeah, I love that album. My bass player Steve loves that record. So we haven't ever done a whole, since the Danzig 4, tour, we haven't done a lot of those songs in a long time. So that would be something maybe to consider. If
you've never seen Danzig live, it's so much energy, and you're bringing such a group of bands with. I mean, get there early because this Cro-Mags, Abbott, and then down, of course, with Phil Anselmo as the singer from Pantera. Yeah. For those who don't know, this is going to be amazing.
Yeah, Phil's a great guy.
Are you going to do any gambling at the casino after, Glenn?
No, I don't gamble.
No. What do you do for people wondering? I mean, I've seen you with like your cat and stuff. Like I know you do comic books and stuff, but like and you make movies. I know you do all this artsy type stuff, but like what do you do just on a normal day? Because you're like a mythical guy. Everyone's always wondering, what does Glenn Danzig do on a Tuesday?
It depends. I work a lot. I'm a workaholic. Of course, like you said, I'm doing all this different stuff, so it takes a lot of time out of your day. Still try to find time to work out and all this other stuff, so it's a busy day. It's a busy week for me.
Well, it's March 22nd, the venue, Thunder Valley. Tickets still available. I actually have a pair of tickets right now. Let's give away a pair of tickets right now, 916-909-0985. And Glenn, like I said, you've brought me so much joy in my life between your music, the Misfits music, and you're a huge part of my life, and you're one of my heroes in music, and I just love everything that you do, so it's such an honor to talk to you today.
Oh, cool, man. We'll come backstage and say hi.
I will. Thank you.
Okay. All right, cool, man.
All right, Glenn, thank you so much.
Take care.
It's Glenn Danzig. It's Abe